Christie attacks Jared Kushner's father, saying he committed one of the most loathsome, disgusting crimes as he fuels feud which poisoned relationship with president's son-in-law. Christie said one of the most loathsome, disgusting crimes he prosecuted was against Jared Kushner's father in his latest shot against the White House advisor. "I mean, it's one of the most loathsome, disgusting crimes that I prosecuted when I was U.S. attorney," he told PBS Tuesday night, adding that he was the federal attorney in New Jersey, so he had some loathsome and disgusting crime going on there. Christie prosecuted Kushner's father, Charles Kushner, in 2004 when he was U.S. attorney for New Jersey, and claims that was the reason the younger Kushner got him fired from heading Donald Trump's transition team after the 2016 election. In his appearance on PBS Single Quote Firing Line, Christie was asked if he could separate it if his father was put in jail from the prosecutor who put him there. "If my father is guilty, I would." Mr. Kushner pled guilty. He admitted the crimes, Christie said. "And so what am I supposed to do as the prosecutor? I mean, if a guy hires a prostitute to seduce his brother-in-law, and videotapes it, and then sends the videotape to his sister to attempt to intimidate her from testifying before a grand jury, do I really need any more justification than that?" It's the latest salvo in a feud between Christie, a longtime friend of Trump, and Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. In his memoir, Let Me Finish, the former New Jersey governor lets loose on Kushner. In addition to blaming him for getting him fired from the Trump transition team, he claims Kushner and Ivanka Trump kept him from being Trump's running mate and charged Kushner with being a political lightweight. The feud, however, dates back to the 2004 prosecution of Charles Kushner, a real estate magnate. The elder Kushner pleaded guilty to 16 counts of tax evasion, 1 count of retaliating against a federal witness, and another count of lying to the Federal Election Commission. Charles Kushner's retaliation conviction had to do with a revenge plot against his brother-in-law William Schulder, a former employee turned witness for federal prosecutors. Charles Kushner hired a prostitute to lure Schulder into having sex in a Bridgewater, New Jersey, motel room as a hidden camera taped the encounter. That tape was then sent to Schulder's wife, who was Charles' sister Esther. The Schulders, in turn, brought the tape to prosecutors, who tracked down the prostitute and threatened her with arrest. She turned on Kushner and revealed the plot. Christie subsequently negotiated a plea deal with Charles Kushner. The Tawdry case not only put the elder Kushner in jail for 2 years, it caused great embarrassment to the Kushner family. Jared Kushner, in a 2014 interview with real estate publication The Real Deal, talked about how his father's case affected him. "My dad's arrest made me realize I didn't want to be a prosecutor anymore. The law is so nuanced. If you're convicting murderers, it's one thing. It's often fairly clear. When you get into things like white-collar crime, there are often a lot of nuances. Seeing my father's situation, I felt what happened was obviously unjust in terms of the way they pursued him. I just never wanted to be on the other side of that and cause pain to the families I was doing that to, whether right or wrong. The moral weight of that was probably a bit more than I could carry." In his memoir, for which Christie is in the midst of a book tour, he recounts how Jared Kushner badmouthed him to Trump in an April 2016 meeting while Christie was in the room. "He implied I had acted unethically and inappropriately but didn't state one fact to back that up," Christie wrote. "Just a lot of feelings, very raw feelings that had been simmering for a dozen years." The former governor claims Kushner told Trump that it wasn't fair his father spent so long in prison. The elder Kushner served 14 months behind bars and the rest of his 2-year sentence in a halfway house. Jared Kushner also insisted the sex tape and blackmailing was a family matter that should have been kept away from federal authorities. "This was a family matter, a matter to be handled by the family or by the rabbis,"